Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Subarashiki Hibi playthrough. Now today's actually going to be really quite interesting because we have got so many cool things that are going to happen. I mean, yesterday was really quite odd because yesterday just kind of felt like the conspiracy. It was, okay, so we've been going deeper and deeper into the conspiracy. We've been going at a steady rate and then, oh my god, the rate at which we are going deeper into the conspiracy just increased by such a ridiculous amount, and I love that because it just felt like we were going so much more far into this than we ever have before. So yeah, I think today's going to be a very interesting day just in general to see what's going to happen to Yuki. Also, I really hope we're going to get an explanation to what the genuine hell, for example, what the fuck those messages were. And also that really weird presence that we were seeing, the one that was kind of like a distortion of reality with a black body and a blue outline. I mean, that was just, I think if that doesn't spell dodgy out to you, I don't know what does. Right, let's just reread the beginning of the scene because I was a little bit too curious. So I haven't actually begun at the beginning of the scene. I advanced these lines of the dialogue last episode. Yeah, Yuki sounds totally creeped out. I don't blame her after this. That's right, even at this kind of time, the school bell still rings. Yeah. And it's actually quite funny. I mean, it is Saturday, and yet the bell is still ringing. But I suppose that's just because it's automated to ring at that time. It's probably just an automated MP3 file. Or maybe they do use a genuine bell, who knows. But still, whatever it is, it's automated. I don't really want to be in such a gloomy place. Yeah, seriously, who would want to be in a place like this? This place where it seems like people keep dying. I'd fled from my house. At first, I wandered around the shopping district. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. But I ran here after getting hit on by drunken... Oh, God, that's even worse. God, yeah, after getting hit on by drunks and delinquents. It looks like I was about to be rounded up by the police along with them. Oh, that's really bad. Yeah, no. I really don't blame her. Yeah, God, that's awful. I just find it really quite coincidental to think about the fact that Yuki is just ridiculously shocked. She's really creeped out, and then obviously the worst things are happening to her. I mean, this is properly rough. It really is. I would just get out of a situation like that as soon as possible. If that was ever happening. Yeah, even a place like this was better than that house. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, seriously, I just don't understand how you are meant to interpret something like that. Even better question, are you meant to interpret something like that? I mean, is it even meant to be interpreted? That was a hallucination. There's no way something like that can happen. Right, it was just an illusion. Yeah. I mean, that is the nice way to think about it. I mean, this is the worst thing about stuff like that. How can you reasonably think that? In other words, you can't. Like the air had been carved out in the shape of a human. A creepy shadow. Yeah, so true. That's definitely realistic and possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible. It was an illusion. But to be fair, I do understand why it could be an illusion, but at the same time, I just don't really understand why it would happen to her. She seems perfectly sane. I just don't get what the cause of it was, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, it's just so puzzling. If you want to try and naturally explain it, it was an illusion. I couldn't imagine it as anything else. It unhinged me a little, seeing the same fingerprints that were on Takashima-san's desk. I know, it's so weird to think about the fact that somebody is in your house. Yeah, I think I can see why she'd just instinctively leave. But maybe this is a trap. Maybe this is just breadcrumbs that she's following here. And that's why I had that hallucination. Even if it wasn't real, even if it was a hallucination, there was no way I could remain calm after seeing that. Yeah, totally, yeah. In a way, that's what I wanted to believe. Because if it wasn't... Oh god, if it wasn't, that's weird. That is just... I'll give you some of my power. That's a really odd line. Yeah, I remember that. I'll give you some of my power. Oh. Takashima-san said that right before she died. Yeah, she did, yeah. Just before she died, she kissed, yeah. Oh, God, yeah, I was kissed by a dying person. That kiss. Why is all of this happening? I know, it's so weird. It is so illogical. I mean, I just don't really understand. Like, I mean, sure, you're kissed by a dying person, but at the same time, I mean, I think it would be alright if the dying person knew you. Yeah, spoiler, she didn't. Well, it's not a spoiler, but still, you get what I mean. Well, I don't know, usually I use that pattern of speech just to emphasise something that is just obvious and also really quite contradictory. But yeah, obviously it's bad in the connotation of visual novels because it implies that I'm giving a spoiler out, but I'm not. Yeah, even her cell phone showed up in my room. Why were her possessions coming to me? Yeah, that is a good point. That really is. Yeah, why was that in my room? Yeah, because somebody put it there. But who? That's the question. I mean, I would say Takuji, but I don't know. That's just my instinct. Maybe it could be somebody else. The morning sun had risen. I just sat in front of the gate since I was afraid to go in the school building. Yeah, I don't blame her. I wish I could nap a bit. Yeah, oh god, yeah, she really is being freaked out. I mean, I don't blame her. Her home isn't even safe anymore. It isn't safe. I mean, look at this. This very image on the visual novel at the moment, it just proves the fact that her home isn't even protected from intruders. It's so odd. I started walking shakily. Oh god, what's happened? It's Ayana. What a weird sky. I really like how the skies in the roof, just on the rooftop, just look the most ethereal they possibly can. And obviously Ayana, she goes well with it as well. I wonder what she's going to be like in a crisis.
Ohayo, Minakami-san.
Good morning, Minakami-san.
Ohayo って確かにそうだけど、じゃなくて、なんでこんな時間に
I know, I agree. Good morning. I mean, I guess it is morning, but why are you here so early, Ayana-san? Dunno. Yeah, isn't it really quite funny to think about the fact that she wouldn't tell us? I mean, like Ayana said, it is the only things that can be told to us are things that we already know, or things that that which we can't know or understand isn't told to us. So yeah, I think that definitely shows that there's a bigger reason for her coming here. It's really odd to think about the fact that she is always here when we need her, or she is always in a location that we are in. Even though it's Saturday, even though school should be closed today. Hang on a second, I swear Japan has Saturday school, doesn't it? Oh wait, there are some schools that have classes on Saturday, right? Yeah, that does make sense. So I wonder if there is actually a school day going on today. I don't think there would be, but I don't know. How could you not? Never mind. Wait, two? Does that imply that she did it as well? Did you run away too, Minakami-san? What? How did you... Yeah, that is a really good point. I mean, she probably reasoned it out, but at the same time, it is really odd to think about the fact that she knew that exact detail. Because everybody ran away, just like that. Hang on a second, how many people were here at the moment? That's really weird, because everybody ran away just like that. Yeah. Oh god! Yeah, no, I could see why she'd think that. Yeah, what do you mean? Do you mean the people who went missing went through the same experience? Experience? Yeah, what she's going through. Yeah. I'm gonna find it very interesting to see what Ayana's perspective on this is. I saw a black shadow. I think it was a hallucination, but I definitely saw a black shadow. Yeah.
私の家にあって。
Yeah, my room was covered in the same fingerprints that were on Takashima-san's desk, and Takashima-san's cell phone was in my room.
そうなんだ。
I see!
他のみんなもそんな体験をしたの？
Did everyone else experience that too?
簡単なこと。
It's very simple.
みなかみさんの体験は
Yeah.
みなかみさんしかできない。それは当たり前のこと。
Your experiences are yours alone. That much is obvious.
そんなこと言ってるんじゃなくて。
That's not what I'm saying.
どうしたの？みなかみさんらしくない。あなたは誰よりも強い精神と誰よりも素晴らしい知性を持っているのではないの？
That's really weird. What's wrong? This isn't like you, Minakami-san. Weren't you supposed to have a stronger spirit than anyone? Weren't you supposed to be smarter than anyone else? But the only thing is, I mean, I understand this second one, if you were thinking about potentially just everything that was going on back when she was really, really young. But the only thing is, I mean, I suppose intelligence isn't just because of academic intellect, it's also because of just in general you as a person. So maybe she still is, and that's what Ayana could potentially think. But the only thing is, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I think I would find it hard to believe that Yuki is smarter than Takuji, if I'm going to be honest. Takuji seems ridiculously intelligent.
何それ？私はそんな大層なもんじゃない。
What's that? I'm nothing like that.
そう。でもそう決められたはずだけ
That's
ど。
odd. Really? But it was determined as such.
決められたはずって、そんなこと決めたりしてどうにかなる問題じゃないし。
What do you mean determined? You can't just determine something like that.
というか、そんなこと大体誰が決める？
Oh yeah, she's probably just going to say yes, it was God.
まるで神様だよ。
And who would determine something like that anyway? That sounds like something God himself might do.
神様はそんなことを決めない。
It was not determined by God.
なら誰が？
Then who?
神が決めなければ人が決める。
Yeah, that does make
た
sense.
だそれだけのこと。
If God did not determine it, then humans did. That's all.
わけわからない。
Oh, I don't understand.
わからない。それは水上さんがそう思っているだけ。
You don't understand. That's just what you think right now.
だって答えはすべてここにあり、そして、あなたはその答えを得ることも無視することもできる存在だから。
After all, every answer is right here. And you are an existence that can either find those answers or ignore them. Yeah, but no, I do totally see that with the belief that human beings, they feel as if... Well, maybe if you tie that dialectic stage of thinking again, the dialectical staircase analogy, I mean, could you in theory say that people feel as if they know the essence of life and they know how their life has actually originated, and then it just completely gets lost to them because of the fact that they live a life and it's just something that forgets about it, but then they constantly try to search for that meaning and then it's not really found. I mean, I wonder if that's the case here. Yeah, it is interesting to think about the fact that she is saying everybody ran away. I mean, I don't really understand if everybody has run away, why she's there, because, for example, in the dream world, Ayana wasn't there. She, the last time we saw her was on the rooftop a few days before July Infinity, as it were. But, yeah, I mean, Kagami and Tsukasa, for example, we've not seen them at all. We haven't really seen many people in school on Friday. But the only thing is, I mean, I don't really understand when she says everybody ran away, because, for example, the delinquents that Yuki bumped into, something so trivial, but actually really quite important, because it can prove that people are still here, which is good. I love that she just thinks it's so normal as well. I think that's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, Yuki's experiences belong to her and not anybody else. I suppose that kind of shows that, well, it just shows her uniqueness in the situation, really. Yeah, but that is really interesting to think about the fact that humans have determined the fact that she has a stronger spirit than anybody and that she's smarter than anybody else. Could you imagine if everything that has happened in this crime is determined by a human being? But the only thing that I find really, really weird is if humans determine abilities, could you potentially think that, for example, when Takuji was able to read our mind, was that determined by a human? Basically what I'm trying to ask is... Oh, how do I... Right, Umineko spoiler here. But, by the way, it spoils the entirety of Umineko. Don't watch this if you haven't read it. But, yeah. Is it like Umineko in the sense that this is all coming from somebody's thought process? All of these worlds are being written into existence by somebody. Because if a human determines an attribute, how could... I don't understand how it couldn't be the case. Or the world's just a simulation and reality is just an extension of our subconscious and there's a collective subconscious. I suppose the worst thing is, I suppose you could follow that argument, but then again, I suppose if somebody did write this story and we are just viewing the idea of somebody, maybe it could be the case that that could easily explain the illusions and the discrepancies when thinking about denying fantasy or not. By the way, I've got a genuine question. Why is Ayana's right arm so long? Or is that just me? I mean, I know the beginning of her hand is at the bottom there, but still, it's so fucking long. Yeah, but isn't that interesting to think about the fact that she says every answer is right here? As in, it is possible to find every answer even if you're really, really confused. Maybe when she says every answer is right here, she means she is every answer. Could you imagine that? What's that? The crumbling chaos. It emerges from a dark place. That's actually really quite interesting. Everybody is incredibly scared. People light lamps because they are scared. Yeah, the light illuminates the world. And thus they try to forget. But that is mistaken, for the stronger the light is. I like that, yeah. The brighter the lights of the world shine, the more vividly the shadow is cast. Yeah, light can't eliminate the darkness. Light is founded upon the temptation of the darkness. Yeah, that's interesting. We try to eliminate it because both its sightliness and unsightliness are as ambrosia to us. I forgot what ambrosia meant. Oh yeah. The food of the gods. The crawling chaos emerges from a dark
う
place.
ずくまっている人のお腹のあたりにできる影
It emerges from the shadow in the belly of a cowering man.
人が握りしめた手のひらの影
From the shadow of a clenched fist.
に誘惑は潜んでいる
The temptation is biding its time.
隠した誘惑はいつでも人のそばにある
That's actually really, really interesting. So when Zakudou was saying about the fact that she would be on our side, does that refer to a potential hidden temptation that was on our side? But the only thing is, this is the problem. I mean, why can we,
力
yeah.
分けておきます
Yeah, but the only thing that I find really odd about Zakudou is the fact that, I mean, if Ayana is a fully reliable source, yeah, how could she be a hidden temptation? I mean, obviously there's a temptation to investigate, metaphorically, but why would Zakudou be on our side anyway? It's as if anything, why would she want us getting to the truth of her conspiracy? I don't get it. Is it so that we can maybe find the doll?
隠されたもの誘惑するもの
Yeah, no, I totally see that, and it is really interesting. It's just a new perspective that I've never really thought about. I mean, any knowledge that is hidden, you're tempted to know. That's why, for example, like, even though this story is going to be really, really fucked up later on, I'm still tempted to play it just because I want knowledge. Yeah. Maybe not the best thing to do, but I don't care.
そんなことは前に
Oh, has she?
言っていた
You said something like that before.
人は隠したものをすぐにまた掘り返す
Yes, people try to uncover that which has been hidden.
でもそれは逃れるために隠すのではなくその甘美なものとより深く戯れるために隠す
That's actually a really interesting little point there. Yeah, people do try to uncover truth that's been hidden, but I think it kind of depends on what you do with a truth. Yeah, I suppose it could either be hoarding the treasure of what the actual truth is, or if, I don't know, for example, you're a person who really enjoys solving a mystery for, I don't know, for example, work-related purposes, maybe it could be, maybe the experience is the treasure you're hoarding away from others.
間宮君も同じ
Yeah, no, I do see that, yeah. Just like Mamiya-kun. No, I suppose Takeji has knowledge about the entirety of the world and the entirety of the truth of the situation, because let's be honest, I think it's very likely he's the mastermind. If he's not the mastermind, I don't know who is. And please don't say either Kagami, Tsukasa, or, I don't know, that random guy who was really ugly, who was Yasuko's brother. Kiyoshi? I'm doing a Yuki at the moment, my god. Yokoyama. Yeah, but that is interesting. I like that. But I totally agree though. If you have something, let's say you're addicted to something, for example, you're going to have that temptation come and then it's going to go because you're going to find something that's better for your health than that addiction. But then, oh boy, the second that temptation finds its time to latch onto you, it's going to do it with all its might, really. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, no, I do see that. So I suppose you could think of it as people try to uncover the source of the temptation. Yeah, but that is actually really quite interesting. I mean, I wonder if you could analyse this with a perspective about temptations. I mean, I suppose the temptation could just be to look. Yeah. Yeah, but that is actually really interesting because I think this kind of subtly shows that with us, we try to seek salvation. Because, for example, I mean, a good example is when we tried to call Zakudo's phone. We were thinking it was just going to be... We were misguided by the false promise. So as a result of that, we have gone into a reality we thought would shine brighter. But because of the fact that a brighter shine reflects also a darker shadow, we have just had more of a temptation as a result of that, and as a result of that temptation we've been affected more. So I mean, Yuki is properly affected, can I just say that? She really is. But yeah, I think that's kind of what it's saying, because I suppose at first finding out the truth was just something that was really quite curious, and it was a fun opportunity for Yuki. But now, I mean, the temptation's grown bigger and bigger, because the more she's got into the conspiracy, I suppose the more rewarding it'd feel to find the truth. So of course the more she's going to bear victim to the temptation. And that's actually really quite interesting, that maybe that could have just been a visualization of her temptation. But I just don't really understand why an illusion that important would be put there. Actually, I think it does make sense, because that's probably... No, but why would it be placed there, and why would it not be placed before, for example, Yuki calls Zakudo's phone? Because isn't surely that the worst moment of her temptation? Yeah, I really, really like that. Yeah, but that is interesting. Light is founded upon the temptation of darkness. I can kind of see that if you apply it to the investigation. I mean, the light is found in Yuki trying to... Oh, it logically flows. Yuki tries to find the truth, so as a result of that, if she gets a reward from it, i.e. more knowledge, more light is found. But at the same time, obviously, the more knowledge you get, the more deeper you are inclined. You feel inclined to go into the conspiracy, so that means the more deep into the darkness you're going to go, if you ask me. Yeah, no, I suppose so. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah, just like Mamiyaku. Mamiya Takuji? Yeah. My god. This is... Wait, hang on a second. Oh, right, okay. I thought that the animation wasn't going to stop. I like that they've used the CG from the end of chapter 1. Yeah, god, isn't it just so weird to see Takuji with innocent eyes? Isn't it interesting, the bottom of his eyes, he has... It kind of looks to me like he has marks of just a neglect of sleep. Maybe that implies immense stress, who knows? Yeah, that's interesting, because they're two of these people are trying to learn truth about the world they're living in, and I suppose Yuki's trying to not only get to the bottom of this conspiracy, but also whether the fucking end of the world is going to happen or not. Yeah, you and Mamiyaku are two figures that stand on opposite sides of the door. Yeah, she wants to uncover the truth, whereas Takuji just wants to make it worse, and he actually wants to execute the conspiracy Yuki's trying to figure out.
まるで最初は戸口に立つすべての行動の始めを司る女神のように
Just like the goddess who stands in the doorway, governing the beginning of the... Oh my fucking god, is that Ayana? What the fuck? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh my god. I'll tell you what, if you wanted to scare me there, what should have happened was never ever stopping that animation. A quiet voice. Translucent eyes! Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, eyes you can partly see through. Eyes that... They will explain some, but not all. They will only lead you to the step of having everything explained. Being able to see through those eyes fully. Yeah, no, totally. She seemed to know everything. She seemed to see everything. I know, it's so weird. It really is. My skin broke out into goosebumps. But... But this time you'll advance beyond that. And then we'll stand at the end of the loop. Oh yeah, she's definitely aware of the fact that we are going through multiple Julys. Next time we meet, tell me what you see at the end. What's happening now? Oh, of course she's gone. I love that the sky's entirely changed as well. It's as if reality has just totally been distorted so that Ayana can talk to us. Let's be honest here. I mean, she is weird. It doesn't surprise me. Was I sleeping just now? Yes, you were definitely sleeping. Ouch. My body hurts all over. Ah, that makes a bit more sense, yeah. It didn't really look like she was sleeping, but I suppose... No, because, I mean, just judging by the view of the rooftop, it just kind of looks like she was standing up, but no, that could potentially be those blinks and those parts where the screen momentarily went black. That could be waking up. But why? Yeah, why am I in a place like this? Yeah. Hang on a second, is she... She's totally blacked out, wow. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Yeah, I do find it really quite interesting to think about the fact that she is having a lot of... Well, I mean, I was going to say a lot of mood swings and a lot of changes of her mind and thought process, which could obviously lead to an implication of a lot of stress. But at the same time, I mean, I suppose beforehand she probably would have felt inclined to potentially go up to the rooftop just because of maybe seeing Ayana there beforehand. Who knows? Yeah, but that is actually really quite unusual to think about the fact that she is going to advance beyond it. I don't really get that. Yeah, but the only thing is, I mean, the same door is kind of implying the door to the next July. But the only thing that's really weird is... How do we get there? I mean, why is it us two as well? What's significant about us? Is it because we've looked into the conspiracy the most or something ridiculous like that? Yeah, it is odd that. Yeah, but this is interesting. So whatever's going to happen, I kind of feel like Yuki's going to make a big breakthrough. But the only thing is I don't really understand. I mean, how is she going to make a big breakthrough? And why does Ayana know as well? Why does she know the contents of, well, chapter 2, really? Why does she know what's going to happen? It breaks logic. I mean, obviously everything in this story does break logic. Like, for example, how the fuck could Takuji literally read our mind? I mean, yeah, I don't really think that's... I just don't know how you explain that. I really don't, but, yeah. Yeah. Tell me what you see at the end. That's probably just because of the fact that she's just woken up and... Yeah, she's... This is the worst thing about Yuki at the moment, though. She feels so unsafe. She really, really does. She doesn't feel safe anywhere. I don't know where she's going to go. Yeah. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, after wandering around the town, I arrived at this place. And here, something. Oh, God, yeah, something did happen. It was... Ayana again. Good morning. I want to ask you something, Ayana-san. What? Yeah, no, I totally agree, yeah. The last thing I remember is you saying something really important. I really do wonder if it's going to be about the fact that she could potentially advance out of this. I mean, where is it? Yeah, this is really significant, I think. At the end of the loop as well, that's also important. Yeah. Let me guess, she just read our mind casually? The next time we met, tell me what you saw at the end. Oh yeah, that's a good point, yeah. This will count as next time, but I haven't seen anything. I suppose so. But the only thing is, I think she was more referring to the next chapter. Who knows though? What's that supposed to mean? Well, that's something to look forward to next time. But... She said that like it was a joke, but... Oh my god, I know, yeah. Yeah, what's going on? I had no memory after that, and yet now my head was really clear. The thought of that shadow passed through my mind, but even that didn't scare me. That's really unusual. She has had a total change of heart. Even though it was so scary last night, it didn't seem scary anymore. What's happening now? Oh, so we're going in class. Ha! With Ayana as well, funny that. This is probably one of the first times I've seen Ayana in the classroom as well as us. The classroom. I will bet you anything there is going to be something that is irregular that's placed in her desk. Yeah, I don't have any money since I ran straight here. I have a 500 yen coin hidden in my desk though. Hidden? Ah.
金とか忘れることがあるから生活の知恵みたいな。
Oh, that's really cool. I can imagine that. I like that. Yeah, it's jammed in here between the metal and the top board. Sometimes I forget my money after all. It's one of the tricks you pick up in life.
そうなんだ。
I see.
あれ
Huh?
どうしたの？
What's wrong? Let me guess, somebody's taken
お
it.
かしいな。
That's weird.
お金がないの？
It's not there.
お金はあるんだけど、なんで司の机の中に教科書が入ってるんだろう。
That's odd. The money is there, but why are there textbooks in Tsukasa's desk? Ah, I see. When I crouched down to get the coin out of my desk, I saw into the desk diagonally in front of mine. Tsukasa's. There were still textbooks left inside it. I took one out.
この教科書。
How to commit murder efficiently. I don't know. This textbook is... This book was for a Thursday class, which was 2 days ago. Oh, yeah, my god! And only now she's starting to notice. Yeah, why are these still in her desk after 2 days? I looked into Kagami's desk too. It's the same.
これって
Yeah, they weren't there on Thursday.
いきなり走り出した。
Well, because of the fact that her friends may have fucking died. Yeah, ever since we heard about Hasaki's statements, I knew. Or at least I thought I knew. Yeah, because I can't say I genuinely know. I don't know whether I know or not. I just have that instinct. Why are you running all of a
ごめ
sudden?
ん、少し気になることがあるから。
Sorry, there's something bothering me. I see. God, she's not really trying that hard. Yeah, seriously. And Hasaki. Actually, that night, 2 days ago, their house was dark and the curtains were closed. And yesterday too. Yeah, exactly. Which means whoever has gone in Yuki's house has also killed Kagami and Tsukasa, if you ask me. I don't know how the hell they've managed to get in there, but okay. No clip.
やっぱり同じだ。
It really is just the same.
若月姉妹は帰ってない。
The Wakatsuki sisters haven't been home. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, I don't like this. Oh, okay. I called the phone in their house. If they were home, they'd answer.
誰も出ない。おばさ
Yeah,
んとお
good
じ
point.
さん
Where
はい
are
ない
their
のかな。
parents? Nobody's answering. Aren't their parents home? Yeah, but no matter how you looked at it, they definitely hadn't been home. I couldn't think of anything else.
若月姉妹まで失踪してたなんて。
Yeah, they would have told us, especially in a time as odd as this, if they had a reason to go. Yeah, of course they've gone missing. Yeah. And Hasaki. God, she never would have found this out had she not accidentally, well, she needed, I suppose she needed the, yeah, just to go around town. Yeah, isn't that actually really quite funny to think about the fact that Ayana saying that this is something to look forward to next time? That kind of implies that we're not going to get the answer now, we're going to get it next time. And it obviously implies that she... I just don't get why she knows about the fact that this isn't the only July 2012. I really don't.
では、それはまたの機会のお楽しみということに。
Yeah. It is actually really unusual to think that she's... It's as if she's subconsciously got more composed about the incident. Is that just because she's viewing this with a new perspective? Or maybe it's because of the fact that she's... Well, I don't really know. It's odd. It really is odd. It's as if her thoughts have changed. But I think maybe it could just be a new perspective. Also, I don't really understand why she was asleep. I mean, she was in a conversation with Ayana. I don't get why she would be asleep. Let's just see how the conversation ended. Yeah, but the only thing is that it's just so unusual. It's as if there is something that has been really, really essential for Yuki to remember that has just been blanked out for some reason. Is it Ayana testing us or something like that? Yeah, it's really odd. That's actually really quite funny. I feel like she's getting this money to either buy some food in the city or maybe just to get her train ticket. I don't know how much train tickets cost in Japan. But the only thing is, if there are textbooks still for Thursday's class, it implies that they could have potentially gone missing on Wednesday. Maybe they've replaced Wednesday's textbooks with Thursday's textbooks, or maybe they've gone missing on Thursday. But nothing more than that, really. So they've been missing for quite a bit of time, that's my point. Yeah, 2 days ago, yeah. I wonder what Hasaki's involvement is with this disappearance. Or maybe she saw Takagi when he was potentially doing a murder. I feel like Takagi did it. I don't have any idea of who else it could be. Maybe, actually, Kimika, that could be. Kimika is really suspicious. Yeah, I can't believe they've gone missing too. Was I stupid? How could I have gone 2 days without realising that? Yeah, no, I don't blame her. A lot has been on her mind. What a dumb, I was blinded by fear, was I? There were plenty of... Agreed, yeah. Yeah, no. Oh, that's odd. That really, really is odd. Yeah, no. If she just asked what was going on with regards to Hasaki when she heard about that, and also that time when she came back and there was nothing going on in the Wakatsuki's house. Yeah, if she just noticed, maybe something could have been prevented. Who knows? If I'd noticed, I could have put a stop to it before this had happened. I was afraid of something like this. Yeah, no, but I see that you've been afraid of this investigation that you've been doing, so much so that it's kind of obstructed things that are way more important, i.e. friends. And people you've known all your life. And just the lives of people in general. Yeah, I picked up Takashima's bloody phone. Why was I afraid of something like this? Something like this. Something. Yeah, there are... I hadn't noticed before because I was so scared. I'd overlooked it. There are... Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, I took out the detective kit and got the fingerprints off the cell phone. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Yeah, those 2 sets of fingerprints are on this cell phone too. Yeah, Zakudo is so setting this up with somebody, my god. Yeah, I transferred them to the... I'm surprised he still has those fingerprints. I transferred them to the film and lined them up with the fingerprints I'd found on Takashima-san's desk. Is it a match, or... Yeah, I thought so. Just like I thought. Yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. It really is interesting to think about the fact that even though whoever has done this has obviously made a really bold move, it's just so weird that despite that being the case, why have they not thought, oh yeah, I'm making such a bold move, let's just maybe wipe any evidence off? I don't really get it. But then again, if they do genuinely believe the world is going to be ending soon, like very soon, 2 days, of course I suppose it would make sense for, well, there's not really much need to have evidence. It's not as if you're going to be in prison for long. Just like I thought. The 2 sets matched up perfectly. Yeah. Yeah, the fingerprints on her desk are the same as the ones on this phone. Yeah.
もう一つは誰か他のもの。
Yeah, this is such a good question. Yeah, the first set is Takashima-san's, but whose are the others? I headed back to the school.
おかえりなさい。
Ayana again. Welcome home. What an interesting choice of verb.
ただいま。
Well, yeah. Wait, why did I say verb? I meant to say words, but yeah. Mouth. My tongue slipped. I'm back.
思いのほか早かった。
Yeah, that is interesting. I really do wonder what we're going to ask Ayana. That was surprisingly
ちょっと
fast.
ね、新しいヒントが見つかったからいても立ってもいられなくて。
Reasonable. Yeah, I found a new hint, so I couldn't just stand around.
ヒント。
A hint?
そう、私の部屋に散らばっていた指紋は一つ。でも高島さんの机にあった指紋は二つ。
Yeah, there was one set of fingerprints in my room, but there were two sets of fingerprints on Takashima-san's desk.
それだけなら不思議じゃないけど、なぜか高島さんの携帯についていた指紋は5つ。
It's not a reason in itself, but for some reason, there are 5 sets on Takashima-san's phone.
高島さんの携帯についていた指紋で分かっているのは、私のもの、橘さんのもの、清川先生のもの、そしてもちろん高島さん
Yeah,
のもの。
that's reasonable.
分からないのは一つだけ。
Yeah, but the only thing is the ones that are unknown do match to the ones that we've seen here on Zakudor's desk. Yeah, the fingerprints that we know on the phone are mine, Tachibana-san's, Miss Kiyokawa's, and of course, Takashima-san herself. The last set is
もし仮
unknown.
に高島さんの幽霊だか死霊だかゾンビだかが私の部屋に来て、
Well, it doesn't
電話を置
exactly
いてきたと
explain
して
that other set of fingerprints. Even if we assume Takashima-san's ghost or zombie or whatever came to my room and left her phone here.
なんでその場合、部屋の指紋が一つなのに、携帯の指紋が複数もあるのか。理由に乏し
Exactly,
い。
yeah. Yeah, in that case, why is there only one set of fingerprints in my room while there are a bunch of different ones on the phone? There's no good explanation.
というか、不自然としか言いようがない。
You can only call it unnatural,
だとしたら、
which means,
だとしたら、
which means, I took a sample of the suspicious fingerprints from the desk. Who would put a trick like that in my room? Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, of course, it could have been Mamiya Takuji or one of his followers, Tachibana-san, or one of the people I saw on the message board. But the only thing is, it has to be someone close to Zakudor because of the fact that the fingerprints match. I really do wonder what they were doing. Why were they putting their hands on Zakudor's desk? Was it potentially because Zakudor had hidden something that they wanted to retrieve? I don't know. I got the fingerprints I was looking for.
なんだ。救世主自らだよ。
Oh look, it was the Saviour himself.
救世主自ら
The Saviour himself.
ほら、
Look. I showed her the 4 pieces of fill. First, the one I took from Takashima-san's desk. Get one from Takuji's desk. Second, the one from my room. Third, the one from Takashima-san's phone. And
間
finally...
宮拓司の机から採取した指紋。
Yeah, good one. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I always had that hunch, but at the same time, now it's totally been confirmed. Yeah, these fingerprints are from Mamiya Takuji's desk.
自分以外誰も触らないから、一つしかなかった指紋。
The only problem is, that doesn't necessarily prove that Takuji went and had disposed of the phone here. It doesn't. So, I mean, though it is good, to be fair, I mean, you have got to find a lot of meaning. This is just a confirmation in one of the earlier steps. You've got to now derive a conclusion that's logical from this, which may be hard to do. Yeah, no one but him has touched it, so they're the only fingerprints on the desk. I laid the 4th sheet down.
答えは簡単。
The answer is
あの
easy.
部屋に入って部屋を荒らした挙句に高島さんの携帯電話を置いていったのは
Of course it wasn't.
高島桜の幽霊でも資料でもなく
It wasn't Takashima Zakudor's ghost that went into my room, messed it up and left the phone.
間宮拓司。
It was Mamiya Takuji. I mean, I can see why you'd think that, but I don't necessarily agree.
ちぇたく私としたことがバカじゃなかろうか。
Well, I mean, I find it really quite funny to think about the fact that Takuji has followed us home once before. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me to think about the fact that he's done it again. But still, at the same time, I mean, I still don't think her proof is enough. You've got to have more evidence. You literally have fingerprints off the phone. And yet at the same time, you need more evidence. If a killer is as skilled as the one that is happening here, or if they are as dedicated, they don't even have to be skilled. If they're as dedicated as the ones here, why would they hand a phone? Well, to be fair, I suppose they would have never really thought about us having any domestic means of getting fingerprints. They would have just thought that we'd be too shocked to do anything. Because I suppose something like this, something this creepy, it would be a big warning. It really would be, so... yeah, I really do wonder. Jeez, I can't believe I got worked up about that. I'm such a dumb. Yeah, there were a lot of hints. That's a good point. Very true. I got scared of something silly like this and couldn't look at it as anything other than an object of fear. Yeah, and that's what the killer wanted you to do entirely, even when there were so many hints lying around. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe that could be a hallucination. It's hard to tell. But isn't it interesting to think about the fact that we saw nothing after the hallucination? Maybe it was as if she was feeling so stressed that she was feeling on the verge of passing out and then she was seeing things. Because the thing about that hallucination, it's very, very simple. It was very simple. It was easy for a brain to comprehend. Maybe that could imply that it's something that has been imagined. I don't know. It has no logical form either. Funny that Ayana's letting us talk. Oh, here she goes. Oh, yeah. You've returned to being the Minakami Yuki I know. I know, though. That's really interesting. Because what I find really interesting, I mean, on the 20th, last time in chapter 1, because of the fact that we were in the dream world, we had no suspicion at all. We had no idea. Then again, I mean, I suppose when we were on the train to the Milky Way, not the train, the railway. Well, the steam train that was flying. I can't really call that a normal train, but yeah. We did figure out the truth in the end, to be fair, but then again, if that's the only part we figured out the truth in episode 1, we've got the question of why does Ayana know that we've figured out the truth then? But the only thing is, I mean, even outside of the dream world, we didn't exactly have the opportunity to figure out the truth just because of the fact that, well, we were killed. Want to get rid of all of the smoke and mirrors. It's almost comical how silly the whole thing is now. I think there are a lot of things she hasn't explored, to be honest. I see. Yeah. It's totally reasonable to think, yeah, which means this was all devised by Mamiya Takuji. Unfortunately, I can't believe this until there is more proof, just because of that fingerprint discrepancy. Those fingerprints could have belonged to anybody. It could have been Tachibana who has done this. It doesn't necessarily have to have been Takuji. That's interesting that she's questioning that. Yeah, what about Tachibana Kimika? Why are you not thinking about her? Because she had a knife, she had a weapon that would be used to really, really oh, fucking hell. Could that weapon that's used to blind somebody have been used on Senagawa? Maybe that's why she was able to do such a careless suicide. Who knows? But the only thing is, I don't really understand that though, because if you had something that was blinding you, why would you keep on moving forward? And if anything, there was a fence. You'd have to get over the fence in order to jump off the rooftop. And there were witnesses, so it doesn't really make sense on how that could be used. It all matches up. I see.
最終的にはあいつの口から聞き出さないとわからないけどね。
You do, yeah, yeah. Though I still have to hear it from him to make sure. She doesn't seem very. Well, she's just seeming very silent.
全てが間宮の差し金なら。
As if she is observing and not commenting on a single thing. If Mamiya was behind it all. Yeah, reasonable. That is actually reasonable. And look at how many pieces of conflict and just in general parts about the Wakatsukis that Takagi really didn't like. Like, for example, when Kagami and Takagi were fighting. Kagami was seen as somebody, I think she was probably one of the biggest fusses. She was one of the people that got in the way of Takagi's work as much as possible. But then again though, I mean, for example, on the internet, there were a ton of people who were bullying him. I mean, I get that it's the internet, but at the same time, if he realised who those people were that were bullying him or trolling him or getting in the way of people believing his schemes, why didn't they die as well? Why was it just the Wakatsukis? Or is that maybe because he wanted us to get fearful? Where could they be? Agreed. Yeah, where could they be? Really? It was all devised by Mamiya Takuji. Ah, yeah, good. I'm so happy she said that. I was actually a bit disappointed when I read this. Thank you, Ayana. You're a fucking legend. Isn't that the simplest explanation? Then again, though, how do you know if the chaos is even real? But then again, I mean, how do you explain as well Takuji reading our mind? I mean, that totally implies that there is some link with the supernatural here, if you ask me. And a distortion of reality. I wouldn't exactly rule something like that out with hallucination. But at the same time, I mean, maybe there could be something that we're not aware of that Takuji has that has enabled him to read our minds. Like, for example, maybe we blurt out stuff that we're not aware of. I don't know, it's ridiculous. Maybe we have sudden periods of time where we forget stuff. Maybe we have memory loss short term or something. Oh, no, it's ridiculous. I can't think of anything at the moment. Mamiya-kun became friends with the chaos. Yeah, no, I see that. He made it dark so that the crumbling chaos could come more easily. So I suppose the crumbling chaos is kind of referring to the... Well, it's referring to the monster, and it's referring to the monster of temptation and the monster of... Well, temptation and then all of the dark emotions that temptation could potentially lead to. Dark? Who the fuck is that? This is such a weird origin. Oh wow, damn, it's a character created by Lovecraft, H.P. Lovecraft. So the character is a malign deity in the Cthulhu mythos, a shared universe. Nyarlathotep is the avatar of the outer gods and exists as the incarnation of space. He functions as an intermediary between the deities of the pantheon and their cults. And that's interesting. So the name comes from the phrase "there is no peace / rest / safety at the gate," and that kind of ties with the analogy that Ayana had given us. Yeah. Oh, alright, also I see he's the god of nightmares and chaos. Interesting. And it has many forms as well, funny that. But I suppose it's kind of similar to this because temptation and the dark emotions that temptation can bring, it shares many forms, sure. But also, what's interesting, where's the gate stuff? Where's the stuff about the gates? Here we go. Here we go. Where is the, Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah. Interesting that in the dream world we never had this temptation. We never investigated the truth. We never knew about the truth. It was all kept from us. Dude, where is the analogy about the gate that Ayana mentioned? I forgot where that was. Oh yeah, that's quite interesting. I swear there was an analogy about the gate. Oh. No, I don't know. Never mind, I think I was just forgetting things. I misinterpreted that with the line about the goddess who was mediating the entrance into a world. Yeah. That's something you know very well. Something I know? You mean the place? Yes, Mamiya-kun has always had a place. A dark place. Oh. Mamiya's place. Yes, the place where Mamiya suddenly appeared. Yeah, and all... It's really quite funny to think about the fact that Ayana, what she said is she said her moves were going to be the things that guided us to potentially getting up above this calamity. And also, I just want to use the exact wording. Where was it? It's around here. Yeah, advancing beyond it, yeah. Yeah, and it is really quite interesting to think about the fact that, the swimming pool is here. There. Yeah. That was next to the old pool. It's there. Oh, we're running. Thank you, Ayana-san? Huh, Ayana-san? Yeah, isn't that interesting to think about the fact that she has completely disappeared? That's odd. Ayana-san was already gone. But that's not what's important. The pool. To the pool. Right. God, I love this tint. That looks so nice. Oh, shit. Time to see really, really weird stuff happen with Takeji. The old pool, huh? That's where he is. It was my blind spot. But if you thought about it, it wasn't impossible. Yeah. Last year, our school had an indoor pool installed, so this one wasn't used anymore. So it hadn't been filled with water in over a year. Good point, yeah. No fucking way. I descended into the pool and found a manhole at my feet. Is there something down there? This manhole. There is going to be something horrifying down here, I bet you anything. Oh my fucking god. The scratches on the edge of the manhole cover were relatively new. If it hadn't been used in a year, the scratches would have rusted. Yeah, but the new ones on it seemed fresh. Yeah. This is proof someone opened it recently. Isn't it interesting to think about the fact that Ayana only exists to try and make us get to the truth, to try and make us get to a place that is closer to this. Funny that everything always leads to Yuki finding something after Ayana has been If we don't find something, we don't find something, but if we do, we do. I mean, it just really depends on how much confidence Ayana has in Yeah. Yeah, and isn't that really interesting because of the fact that it's as if Takuji is being likened to someone of nightmares. Somebody who creates nightmares. I like that. Yeah, this is proof someone opened it recently. It must have been opened and shut again very recently. Yeah, that's odd. Yeah, there are only a few possible reasons for that. Oh, fuck off. That's not interesting at all. The first thing that came to mind was the possibility that a workman opened it to check something. Boring. And it's boring. But sadly that didn't fit. There will be scratches just like these on the other sewer entrances. It's a sewer entrance. Oh, Jesus Christ. But there was nothing like that on the rest of them. There was no evidence that any of the other manhole covers had been touched. Yeah. And that's not all. What was really unnatural was that rainwater was collecting in the pool, which meant the pool's drainage valve was closed. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, I thought it was a little strange that rainwater was collecting in the pool. But the only thing is, if the drainage valve is closed and rainwater is collecting in the pool, maybe there's some sort of paper or laptop or secret documents that are stored there, I don't know. But the only thing is it said it's connected to the sewer, so I don't really understand what the point of this would be. But to be fair, maybe this is just a really, really wide pipe. I wonder, I don't know. I feel like what Takuji has probably done is... No, I don't know. I can't think of anything logical. I mean, it's an entrance to a sewer. I would have thought maybe restrict rainwater coming in so that there could be just a place that could store things that would be vulnerable to water, but at the same time this is in a sewer. I don't get it. And if anything, surely wouldn't the accumulation of rainwater that has never happened before lead to an indication that there is something down here? Yeah. Agreed, yeah. If a workman had done something, that's the first thing he would have fixed. Yeah. Well, to be fair, it just depends on how much rainwater has been stopped. Someone has intentionally stopped the water from flowing down into the sewers. Is that because of where maybe Takuji's hiding here? Could you imagine that? That would be so weird, but I suppose it would kind of fit because of the fact that ever since he has been quote-unquote real... No, it wouldn't fit. I mean, I'm sorry, but how do you have how do you have an internet connection in a sewer? How can you send messages on the underground message board? I just don't get that. Do you? I mean, I don't know if you would have internet connections in a sewer. It's not something you want to try out. I mean, to be fair, I think it would be reasonable, actually. Or would it be? Depends on how deep it is, firstly, but also... I suppose, if you think about it, I mean, there's... I suppose it depends on the density of the ground above it, really, because I suppose signals are always in the form of microwaves, so it just depends on how much of matter above it is going to absorb the signal. If there's maybe a thin layer of ground, or maybe... No, there's going to be a lot. There will be a lot that's absorbed. I don't necessarily know if you get a signal down there. I don't know. I'll read more before I theorize anything. Apparently these tanks were actually large enough for someone to live. Oh, that's key. Yeah. I saw on TV that sometimes homeless people lived in empty gasoline tanks after the gas stations went bankrupt. Fucking hell. That's really dodgy. Is that actually true? Jesus. That sounds so unsafe. If people could live in a gasoline tank, it wouldn't be improbable to think that somebody might live in a drainage tank. Yeah, reasonable, yeah. Yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, without a sound. Yeah, it was so strange when Mamiya kept appearing here. Yeah, why didn't I notice something so simple? It is so simple, I totally see that. Well then. I checked to make sure I still have my nightstick to protect myself. What the hell is a nightstick? Oh, I see, it's a weapon. With this, I can handle several attackers at once, as long as they're amateurs and the space is narrow. God, yeah, it's about the width of one human being. It was definitely narrow. You could even have called this guerrilla warfare. And this was a surprise attack. No problem. Fucking hell, here we go. Just black. Yeah, it took all my strength to lift the cover off the manhole. Well, somebody's definitely not showering. Oh my god, I really wonder what somebody like Takagi must smell like. I mean, I'm sorry, but he is literally living the homeless life. Well, he's living a lifestyle worse than homelessness. It smells like shit. Yeah, no, I really don't blame her for thinking that. Yeah, the gaping manhole looked like the entrance to hell itself. Oh my god, man. I know, in the sewer as well. Jesus Christ. Next thing we know, he's listening to somebody that, somebody that's associated with breakcore. Well, quote unquote breakcore. And also sewers. I bet you he listens to that person. Oh wait, no, they changed their name. Well, I hope you, if you get the reference, you get it. It's probably Mamiya's hideout. And his followers were totally crazy. Yeah, no, I see that. And, I mean, look at Tachibana. Yeah, the smell probably wasn't poison or anything, but I wouldn't have put it past them to try to stab me. Yeah, you've got to be really careful. I mean, what the fuck is a nightstick? Wait, so a nightstick is literally just a torch? What? Oh, right, I see. So, oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, so it makes a really bright white beam, which can then, obviously, overwhelm an opponent. Yeah, I see why she said at close range it's better. God, you know somebody's undesirable if they literally hang out in a sewer. You do though, that's the thing. I mean, she feels as if she has to find the truth. And this is the worst thing, isn't it interesting what Ayana was saying? I mean, just the stuff about the temptation. The fact that the more light that is appeared to be present, i.e. the more light that is appearing to be present because of potentially finding the truth. the more temptation and the more risk to your life that is going to be present. I mean, it's so interesting. It's just such a realistic thing that she's saying. Yeah, no, I see that, and I like that Ayana's kind of saying that he is the nightmare, he is the god of nightmares, but also the fact that he is so associated with the darkness. But I have to go. And I suppose he became friends with the, what was it called? The monster, I forgot. I just need to... It was a ridiculous name. Chaos Monster or something like that. What was it called? Fucking come on, where is it? Yeah, oh, it's just the crumbling chaos. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, but that is really interesting. Yeah, Takagi made the situation dark, so, and obviously very, very morbid, so that temptation to investigate would come down easily. Maybe that could imply that she's really, really falling into a trap here. God, this is going to be cool. No, I don't blame you. It's not every day we go into a fucking sewer. Yeah, I can't see anything since my eyes aren't used to this. This is really scary. God, just get night vision, man. Just eat carrots. That'll do it. No, that must be terrifying. I mean, how do you even know when the when the ground is going to come and I suppose where you are hiding is going to end? Well, no. Where you were, you're in the air at the moment when you were going to reach the ground. My breath had quickened. I had to calm down. If I couldn't see, the rest of my senses had to be as sharp as possible. Reasonable, yes, I agree. But to be fair, I mean, she does have the really handy weapon, the torch, well, the gun, the light stick, or whatever it was. Let's just check what it was. The light stick, wasn't it? What's about the range? I like this theme, by the way. It's very ominous. Sounds very similar to another theme that we've seen. Oh, fuck, where is it? Man. Dude, where is it? Fucking God, where is the line? Yeah, the nightstick, yeah. To be fair, the nightstick could actually be really quite useful, but I find it funny to think about the fact that you have a light, and yet that light is so bright that you can't use it in a really dark situation. I had to calm down. If I couldn't see, yeah, the rest of my senses have to be as sharp as possible. If my breathing was too loud, it could stop me from hearing some... Oh yeah, good point, yeah. If I started sweating, my sense of touch could be dulled. True. God, that's awful. Yeah, she really needs to be in full composure. She is overthinking this, but at the same time, I do kind of see what she's saying. I needed to calm down and hone my senses. The sound of water. This should be the place where the drain connects to the sewer. The sewers are a lot wider than I expected. My eyes slowly adjusted to the darkness. God, I really wonder what it looks like. It's just such an unknown place. I mean, I've never been in a sewer before, so I'm just really interested to see how they present this. A little light filtered in from the open manhole. Oh, fucking hell. Wow. God, this looks like it's going to be terrifying. What an odd location. I never thought I'd be going in a place like this today. God. This is a really old style of sewer. It smelled really... Oh, of course it did, yeah. It smelled really bad. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, being here for very long would be nothing but torment. The drainage tank is... Yeah, I looked around searching for the path. But the only way for... Oh god, you don't want to be stuck in a sewer, Jesus Christ. Yeah, but the only way forward seemed like the wrong way. There's no way the tank is in the direction where the water level rises. Yeah, the drainage tank should be in the opposite direction, where the water level drops. Oh, that's unusual. But when I looked over there, I couldn't see anything but a dead end. Why? If anything, I suppose if the drainage tank isn't working for some weird reason, maybe that could make sense. I don't know. I don't really know anything about the architecture of sewers, to be honest. I'm finding it kind of hard to picture this. Maybe she just can't see the drainage tank. Oh fuck, what? I started walking and gradually began to see a light. This is... The light was from the manhole. Oh, I see, it's just the light of everything above the manhole. I'm back where I started. What's going on? No matter how far I walked, I couldn't find the drainage tank. I'm tired. I sat down in that spot. God, yeah, fair. Should have worn a shorter skirt. The hem is pretty disgusting. God, I can imagine. Probably. I mean, even if it was a shorter one, fucking hell, it would smell awful. You are going to have the longest shower of your fucking life when you get back. Let out a loud sigh. Ah, funny that. No. What's that? It's like... It's like I can hear voices from inside. That's really weird. Even though you can't ever find where they are. This. Is that Kagami or Tsukasa? God, whoever that is, they definitely don't seem happy. This is... Jesus Christ, I don't know whoever this is, but they seem traumatized. Is someone crying? It's coming from inside. Oh. I was so stupid. Yeah, I think this could be Kagami or Tsukasa. Why hadn't I noticed it? Yeah, reasonable. You just can't see it. Or maybe that could be the drainage tank, I don't know. Once I thought about it, I realised there couldn't be a dead end in a sewer. It wasn't a dungeon. A sewer is a place where water is supposed to flow. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, a dead end would be a serious problem. It had to be... This spot has been blocked. I started looking around the spot I'd assumed to be a dead end. This is... It was like a hatch with a large screw-shaped handle on it. I pressed my ear up against it. Jesus Christ. Hang on a second, what the genuine fuck is that? No, I don't know if that's Kagami or Tsukasa's voice. That kind of sounds like Kiyokawa's voice. Wait, do we have any voice lines for her? Fuck, we don't. Oh, that's annoying. Damn. Do we have any saves of her? I don't think we do. Fuck. We don't. Oh, this is weird. That is Tsukasa's voice. Jesus! This is Tsukasa's voice. Which means... Yes, really good point. Yeah, I wonder how many people there are inside. And how many corpses as well. God, what the fuck is he doing? What would happen if I suddenly rushed in? Yeah, good point, yeah. I mean, I don't really know whatever is happening here, but at the same time, if there is some sort of torture operation or just something very dodgy happening, some kidnapping happening. Jesus Christ, and the place is disgusting as this. It's traumatic. It really is traumatic. Whatever is happening in here, it is getting uglier and uglier. What if there were more than 10 people? I know. But the only thing is, why can you hear only one person's voice? You would have thought that you'd at least be able to hear maybe 2 or 3 voices if there were more than 10 people inside. Those thoughts rushed through my mind, but the second I heard her voice... Yeah, I don't blame her. Yeah. I dashed inside. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. But is that a mattress? Dude, you've got to be fucking kidding me. These people were sleeping in the sewer? What's that, I wonder? Oh, I really wish I knew more about sewers now. Fuck. No one's here. But more importantly... Tsukasa's not here. Where is she? I looked around the cramped drainage tank and... There's... Yeah. There's a manhole in the ceiling. Is this the entrance? But she said deguchi. Yes, she did say deguchi. That literally means exit. Iriguchi is entrance. That's so confusing. Or maybe there's some sort of translation thing that I'm not sure about. Something in the Japanese language that I don't know. I don't know though. Yeah, this is different from the one I came in. There was a manhole on the ceiling of the drainage tank. Yeah. That manhole is open. Yeah, you've really got to save her. You really do. She sounds horrible. Hang on a second. That sounds similar. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, no, it is actually different. These cries just sounded really similar. I thought maybe it could be an audio file being played, but no. Was that the sound of someone crying? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Well, totally. Oh. What's this? God, this looks fucking liminal. That's really odd. Why is it as if there is a complete there is a completely built up hiding spot here. This is so weird. What's this? Yeah, a ridiculously... Yeah, this place seems that little bit too clean for a sewer. A ridiculously huge space opened up before my eyes. Yeah, the concrete columns seem to stretch on forever. It's so weird though, it just seems so illusionary. Yeah, this isn't outside, though it is a pretty massive space. Yeah, no, that's reasonable. That's really cool, my god. Who can ever say that they've literally gone under their school's building? Yeah, that does make more sense now. Oh, this is the new school building, which means this is, yeah, this is beneath the new pool's foundation. Yeah. So it was built on top of the old pool's drainage tank. That's really unusual. Maybe they left it because they were considering using the old pool's tank for the new pool. Yeah. But they didn't actually use it. So that's it. Yeah, God, she really needs to be quick, whatever this is. I don't understand what this danger is, but... No, but I'm sorry, that cry was exactly the same one as we heard before. Could you imagine if this is an audio file? That voice. Tsukasa. No, it sounds the same at the end. Tsukasa didn't respond to my voice. Tsukasa didn't respond to my voice. I know, I really do wonder. I really do wonder. Maybe she didn't hear it, and that is a very reasonable opportunity to think that. It was like her voice was seeping out of the walls around me. Tsukasa, where are you? Tsukasa. Yeah. It's odd to think about the fact that even though we can hear Tsukasa's crying and we could hear it all from the beginning of the... No, but the only thing that I find really odd is the fact that we could hear Tsukasa's crying ever since we went really quite close to the... well, the first hatch, really. That obviously led underground and then we went up the manhole. But what's really odd is the fact that we've always heard these crying sounds, and yet at the same time there's never been any response. Like, how could we have heard a sound from so far away? And yet Tsukasa, if that is the person who is there, not be able to hear us. I mean, you would have thought if we could hear a sound from that far away, there would have been a small distance. Or maybe it's because of the fact that, maybe it could be because sound echoes a lot. I don't know. Just how massive is this place? This might not be connected to just the new building, but the old building as well. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if it is. It's an odd architecture decision. I really wonder what the reasoning behind it was. I walked through the darkness. I couldn't tell where her... Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. I was right. I couldn't tell where her voice was coming from because of the echo. Tsukasa! Huh? I felt something unpleasantly slimy under my... Oh, God. I felt something like this before. Tsukasa! Huh? What the fuck is this? Why is it red? It's very blurred, whatever it is. My mind couldn't take in the sight before my eyes. I'd never seen something like that before. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? So it's somebody who's been murdered. Even when Miss Senagawa died, it didn't cover that great of an area. It was a lake of blood. Jesus fucking Christ! How sick is this person? How much murder has he done? The cold concrete was stained. The entire area was stained with red blood. Oh god. And right in the middle of that red floor. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Therein laid Kagami's tragic form. Yeah. Jesus. Poor her. That must be so horrible to take in. Oh god, there she is. God, at least we're here for her. What is this? This has to be a joke. What the fuck? Yeah, totally, yeah. Every time I took a step, the sticky blood made a disgusting sound. Oh, fucking hell. That is a really good point. I mean, to be fair, we as human beings carry a shit ton of blood. But at the same time, I mean, if there is a lake of blood, I mean, this is like Higurashi gore sizes of blood, I'm assuming. I mean, yeah, that scares me because maybe more has been done to Kagami than meets the eye. I.e., maybe she was tortured before she was killed. Or while she was being killed, I should say. All of this came out of Kagami. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't even want to imagine what somebody like Tsukasa must be feeling. It's very, very ugly. Because he's getting progressively more and more near. Yeah, now it's been scattered throughout the room like this.
Kagami.
Oh, God. Hey, Kagami. I put my hand on Kagami's face. It was so cold and hard that it didn't even seem human. Jesus. Where's Takuji, by the way? It didn't seem like a human's face. Yeah. This has to be a lie. This can't be. Hey, Kagami. Yeah. It's just obvious because of the blood. There's never ever going to be any sign of life from her again. The whites and pupils of her eyes were both clouded over. Yeah, totally. Yeah, no. God, I feel really bad. No light could possibly be reflected from those eyes. Yeah. Can't be true. Jesus fucking Christ, is killing her not enough? Why do you have to do that? Yeah, Jesus Christ, you remember what I was saying about the torture? The Higurashi gore blood levels? Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, I get that obviously it's still one of the most wrong things a person could do, even if there was a clean cut, but fucking hell. I think if that doesn't show how little well, let's say sanity this killer has. I don't know what does. I mean, how would you do this to a person? What must you think when you basically just barely. Well, what must you think when you dismember someone and you're pulling on their, for example, arm, just trying your hardest to make it so that. Oh, God. I'm actually picturing it now. It's fucking disgusting. But you pull your hardest to make it so that it seems like it tears out. And then when you hear that sound, I mean, just what must you think? The sound of it obviously snapping. God. The places where they had been severed were still jagged, like somebody had stabbed and slashed at it with a knife until they could forcibly tear it off. Yeah. She couldn't have done anything if you ask me. I don't understand why Tsukasa isn't dead though. Why was only... I do understand Kagami was the only one who was making interference to Takuji, but why is Tsukasa here though? That's what I don't understand. I'm sorry if I'd noticed sooner. Yeah, I mean, of course it would have. This is the thing, though. She's gonna have so much guilt after this. She really will. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no, I can actually see that. If Takuji's the worshipper, sure. Oh, my fucking God. I'd assume whatever has happened here with Takuji's cult, they've probably just ostracised her as much as possible. So they've ostracised her and then they've killed her. I mean, Jesus Christ. How do you live with that happening to, you know, the person that you were probably the most close to? Everyone said that she was a demon. It's insane. Nechan wanted to go home. This is horrible. I mean, Tsukasa, I mean, obviously it's horrible enough. And the more we read, the more inhumane this gets. But at the same time, I mean, fucking hell. She's seen this murder in person. I mean, I don't even want to imagine. I can totally see that. I mean, oh God, if anything, that must have been even more painful for her, just because it shows just, I suppose, if anything, she just wants to go back to the place she has, well, she has comfort in, and the place that she feels safe and warm in. God, and if anything, I think that shows that, I think it was just a subtle way of Kagami just showing her love to her sister. This is horrible. This really is. I mean, this was inhumane to begin with, but now it is just, I don't even know what to say. I just can't believe someone could be this evil, to be honest. How does he live with himself? I'll tell you the answer to that. Derangement. Insanity. Poor Tsukasa. My god. I mean, I feel like if anybody ever saw something like this in their life, that'd just be, I mean, especially in Tsukasa's situation, that'd just be end. The end. Who would want to live after seeing something like this? That's right. Kagami, let's go home. Are you killing yourself? What? I picked up Kagami. Was she... That's vivid. Was she always so light? Felt like I was holding a doll. Her body felt that light. What is she doing? Yuki. Let's go home. Is she going to bury her? Back then I carried you home on my back like this, didn't I? Huh? This is really too much. This time you tried too hard and you sprained your ankle running. Okay. Oh god, it's actually... It's a bit more... It's more serious now, but at the same time, fucking hell, it's weird that it has the same essence. Yeah, she came right away when she heard Tsukasa. Came right away when I heard about it from Tsukasa. And this is what you said. Oh. Your back is so soft. Well, of course, I'm a girl after all. Why is she naked? God, that really is nice. Nah, she is a really good friend. She really is. That's right, you're a girl. Your back was always soft. Back then, too. Back then? Who's that? Yeah, when John died too.
John? Ah, Kagami no ie no inu ne.
John, oh, your dog. Yeah.
確かあの時鏡はジョンの魂を探しに行くんだとか言って。
God, so this is young Kagami. I remember it is always really quite odd just seeing characters that we are so used to seeing around our age, just younger really. She has different colour socks as well. Quite a cool little design to the picture. I remember you saying you were going to go out and look for his spirit. God, yeah. She must have been really quite young then, wow. Yeah, I thought I could bring him back to life if I found out where his spirit had run off to. How would you do that? Yeah. Yeah, seriously, you've got the entirety of the world to look for. Where were you going to go looking anyway? I don't know.
いつもその先を越えられない大きな坂があって。
Yeah, God, it reminds me of July the 20th. It's just there was a big hill we could never get past.
それを越えたら多分ジョンの魂があるって。
I thought John's spirit might be there waiting for us if we made it.
大きな坂？
A big hill.
学校に行く途中のね、
But
大
why?
きな坂。
Yeah, the big hill on the way to school.
あれってそんなに大きかったかね？
Was it really that big?
今はそうでもない。でもあの時は。
Not now it isn't, but back then it was.
子供の時はものすごく大きく感じた。
Yeah, totally. Yeah, when I was a child it seemed so big. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
世界の果ての壁なんだって
I like that.
思ってた。
I thought it was the wall at the end of the world.
この坂を登りきったらそれが世界の限界だと思ってた。
That is interesting. I thought if I could just get to the top of that hill, it would be the limit of the world.
でも違った。
But I was wrong.
その坂を登りきったら
When I got to the top,
その先にもここと同じ町があったんだよ。
there was more of the city, just like
そ
here.
の先にも坂があってその先にも
Yeah, there was a hill after that, and another one after that as
永
well.
遠に町が続いていた。
The city continued on forever.
世界に果てはないんだ。
Yeah,
その
that's
時気がつい
interesting.
たの。
That was when I realised the world had no end.
そういえばあそこで鏡泣いてた。
Isn't that when you started to cry? But the only thing is, I mean, this is a bit contradictory. Isn't it interesting to think about the fact that Kagami has been murdered in one of the most brutal ways I think somebody could be murdered in. And now we're seeing her saying, well, discovering the time where she thought life is full of endless possibilities and there is no limit, which is actually quite ironic because that opposes Takaji's view.
だってもうジョンの魂は帰ってこないって分かったから。
Yeah, oh fucking hell, I can see how that would relate to everything that we've done here. Yeah, because that's when I knew John's spirit wasn't
そ
coming
したら
back.
悲しくなって、
So I got sad.
そしたらユキが来てくれた。
And then you came, Yuki.
いつだってそうだった。
That's how it always was.
ユキ、私が泣いてると来てくれた。
You always came for me when I was crying.
私泣いてばっかりだから、いつも何もできないから。
Because I'm always crying because I can't do anything.
だから強くなりたかった。
So I wanted to become stronger.
強く。
Tried to be stronger.
だからって頑張りすぎなんだよ。
I know you did, but maybe you tried too hard.
私はダメだね。
I'm no good, huh?
そんなことないよ。そんな頑張れる鏡はすごいよ。
Oh, I can totally
私
see
が
that,
そんな
yeah.
に頑張れないじゃん。
That's not true. I'm still amazed at how hard you tried. I can't do something like that.
私はずっとユキの背中が硬くて大きくて強かったらよかったと思ってた。
I always thought your back was nice and hard, big and strong.
え？何それ？
What do you mean?
お父さんみたいに、いいえ、もっと大きく
Reasonable.
強くて包み込むみたいなものだったら。
Like a father. No, even bigger. It was so big and strong that it seemed to envelop and protect me.
だからあの時ユキの背中が柔らかくてびっくりした。
So I was surprised when your back was so soft.
ああ、あの時はまだ私が女だって知らなかったからね。
God, this is really old then. Wow. Right, you still didn't know I was a girl at that point.
でも本当は安心したんだよ。
Yeah, but really, I was relieved.
安心？
Relieved?
そう、私の大好きな人の背中は柔らかくて小さいけど、でも私はこの背中が好きだって。
Yeah, my favourite person's back was soft and small. Yeah, but that was the back I loved.
そりゃ男の背中より女の背中の方が柔らかいよね。
Yeah, but obviously, yeah.
だから私はユキは女の子でいいんだと思った。
Yeah, so I thought it was good that you were
そ
as
りゃいいも何も性転換はできないよ。
well. What's good about it? Not like I could change it.
バカ、そんなこと言ってないよ。
Damn me, that's not what I'm saying.
でもそれで私は一生結婚しないんだから、
But then I'd never be able to get married.
少しは私を好きでいてあげて。
Jesus, this is unbelievable. Because you love me just a little.
何それ？
What do you mean?
あー、バカバカバカバカ、うるさい、さっさと歩け。
That's hilarious. That sounds so much like Kagami right
な
there.
んだよもう。
What is it this time? Jeez. Oh god, now reality hits. Fucking hell. Kagami, sorry. In the end, my small back. Yeah, reasonable, yeah. Kagami.
鏡、家に着いたよ。
So they have actually gone home? I wonder what they're doing. Weird. I really do wonder, are they gonna give her a burial, a commemoration? Just something that honours her? I don't know. God, what a sweet story we saw here. God, and isn't it interesting that after everything, this is the story that she remembers. It's such a sweet story, but fucking hell, I mean, yeah, I think it's obvious what the feeling, the context gives. But that's actually really quite interesting because I can kind of see how this may link. She's maybe tried too hard to intervene. She's tried too hard to protect everybody from Takuji. I mean, why have his followers done something that is this evil, I wonder? Can we just mention that we saw Hasaki days ago, and yet there was already something going on with Kagami and Tsukasa. So just how long has Tsukasa been there? Just how long has she been crying? Just how long has she been exposing herself to this horrible, horrible sight? How long? But it is really interesting. Yeah, but it is interesting. But that's interesting. I really do wonder if this has any symbolism to what we are reading at the moment, just because of the usage of limit. I don't know. Maybe it's just as if there is a false and badly... Maybe there's a limit that we don't really know. A limit that is wrongly perceived or something like that. Maybe Takuji thinking the fact that he was going to the limit of his world, maybe the limit that he was initially going to go to was completely wrong, and because obviously what happens with murder, it leads to another murder, which then leads to another murder, and the more you dirty your hands, the more it's going to increase, because the more you will need to dirty your hands in order to get away from, and I don't know, police, criminals, or maybe it's just because you're a fucking sadist, but yeah, both work. Yeah, no, that does make sense. Yeah, but no, I find it interesting. I do kind of see this. I mean, she was always trying to... Well, she was just trying to... I just find it really quite sweet to think about the fact that she... I mean, let's be honest, Kagami's done really well for herself in life, I think. I mean, she's probably really, really taken on board the lessons that Yuki has given her. I suppose it's metaphorically big and strong, but in reality it is soft, which I suppose it really proves that, oh, she's a soft person and she's kind and she will do anything for you. She is a good person. Kagami, we're home.
鏡こんななっちゃったからおばさんとおじさんすごく悲しむだろうけど
I think Yuki should really bear the news, or maybe Tsukasa, I don't know. No, you really think Tsukasa's going to be in the state to deliver something like that? Yuki should. Your parents are probably going to be really sad when they see what's happened to you.
鏡は帰ってきたかったんだよね
But you said you wanted to go home, right? Kagami. Tsukasa rang the doorbell since my hands were full. Her parents are there. No, you can't say that. What if it's Takuji? Or whoever has been in Yuki's house. I heard footsteps in the house. Here we go. Oh, okay, it might be. Yes. The fuck do you explain this? Silence. Yeah, sorry, that's the last of your happiness for probably, well, maybe the rest of your life. God. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse... What?
すみません。私鏡を守れなかった。
Please forgive me, I couldn't protect Kagami.
鏡をこんな姿にしてしまって。
I let this do them. You did not let them. You failed to act in time, but that's not something that's your fault.
ごめんなさい。
I'm so sorry. Huh?
はーい。
Yes? Excuse me?
すみません。私鏡を守れなかった。
This is weird. Where did Tsukasa go?
鏡をこんな姿にしてしまって。ごめんなさい。あなた誰？
Who are you? So that's where the reaction was coming from. It didn't sound... I mean, I'm sorry, but if you've seen your daughter like in a state like this, you wouldn't be reacting like this. This is weird.
その人形がどうかしたのかしら？
That's a real human being. What do you mean? What the fuck? In episode 1, there were 2 dolls that led us to the Milky Way Railway. Were they the bodies of Tsukasa and Kagami? I mean, this is a bunny, which does kind of... Oh, fucking hell, I wonder if the personality of that bunny... Now that I'm thinking about it, it did kind of have things that were similar to Kagami's. This is fucked. What's happening? No, but the only thing that's so weird is to think about the fact that the exact same scene is happening, but the only thing is it's as if Tsukasa has just completely disappeared. I mean, why? I mean, yeah, this doesn't exactly sound like Tsukasa and Kagami's mum. I don't get this whatsoever. What are you talking about?
違うんです。さっきまでこれ鏡で、若月鏡さんで。
No, that's not it. This was Kagami just a... Yeah, this was Kagami just a second ago. Wakatsuki Kagami-san.
そういう名前なの？そのお人形さんは。
Well, tell her the truth. Is that the doll's name?
そうじゃなくて、だって若月鏡はこの家の子で。
No, that's not it. Kagami lives here, right? She's your daughter.
ね、もう夜も遅いから、こんな場所でお話しするのも問題あると思うのね。
Well, she's being civilized, but what the fuck? She doesn't sound as if she knows Kagami. As if it's a totally different person. And it's getting pretty late. If you don't mind, I'd really not rather keep talking like this.
でも、若月のおばさん。
Is it as if they have been totally erased from the world? But Miss Wakatsuki...
ね、うちは長谷川だから、若月って家では
This
ないん
is
だから
so
ね。
weird. Interesting that it's another word that potentially ends with gawa. We had Senagawa, Kiyokawa, Hasegawa. So weird. This is just wrong. Everything about this is wrong. This makes no sense. There is no sense in any of this now. Huh.
ね、これ以上いると警察呼ばなきゃいけないからね。
Jesus, she's gone a bit far. If you don't leave, I'm gonna have to call the police.
なんだこれ。
What's this?
何が起きてるんだ。
What's happening?
私。
I don't...
つかさん。
Tsukasa. I turn back towards Tsukasa. This is so weird. This what? This is insane. This is just actually insane. There is not a single day where this plot doesn't fail to impress me. I mean, fucking hell, this is just the ultimate psychological attack. Like, firstly, you just think, oh wow, let's just completely traumatize somebody by dismembering their friend and then make it so that... By the way, interesting detail that I think needs to be brought to light. Why has Yuki never got stopped on the way? She was carrying a dismembered body home. That would have got somebody. That would have provoked somebody. And she has to go on a train journey in order to get the body from school to here. So what I find really unusual about that is, how did she get the body home? It's as if there are key parts of the tale that are just being... it's as if things are just being spliced together. There's no coherence in this tale anymore. There's no logic in it anymore. But why? I mean, how is that even possible? Wait, no, hang on a second. I forgot about the fact that they can walk together. But they can walk to school together. But still, I mean, the question of why has nobody seen and reported Yuki is prominent, obviously. Tsukasa was objectively there. This is so unusual. This is wrong. It looked like the place where Tsukasa had been standing had been chiseled out. He was dyed pure black. Shadow, and isn't it interesting to think about the fact that it's as if it's another one of these concepts where we can't possibly see it, we can't even put it into words. It's as if something from a higher dimension is just coming into our dimension, i.e. into our plane of understanding, and it's just totally failing. Yeah, a shadow, a crawling figure that couldn't hold a human shape. Yeah, that's... What the fuck was that? God, that really scared me. Delta at semicolon yen symbol exponent symbol dash k exclamation mark exclamation mark. This is terrifying. Oh my god, it yelled something. I mean, yeah, I don't really think you can make anything out from that. It yelled something. It definitely yelled something in an inhuman voice. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it made a sound that wasn't a sound. Yeah. Reasonable. I definitely heard it raise its voice in an unholy scream. It's as if Tsukasa is trying to tell us something. That's so weird. Oh my god. Yeah, that's so odd. That is so odd. I want to continue reading, man. I really do. The midnight chime, odd. Yeah, but it's really interesting to me to think about the fact that, firstly, we're on the last day, but everything's getting more and more progressively red, and it totally makes sense. It's as if, you remember in the beginning of the chapters, in the chapter select screen, the colour when we hovered over this fragment was red. Total bloody connotation, and I can see why now. This is the chapter of murder and disgust, and oh yeah, nothing makes sense as well. It's weird, this. It's as if Tsukasa is trying to reach out to us, but well, we can never get to her. Yeah, the sound of the bell, the midnight chime. Yeah, the end of the week. The last week of humanity. Oh my god, yeah. And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. Well, maybe that implies that... Right, Higurashi spoilers, but... Yeah, maybe that implies... Okay, there is a really, really big part that I'm thinking of. This story is so similar to Tatari Goroshi from Higurashi. So basically, this reminds me of the end of Chapter 3, where Keiichi, I mean, obviously everything's just happened with his level... Right, all of Higurashi spoilers, but with his level 5 Hinamizawa syndrome, he doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And then, the gas disaster happens, and he is the only one there. It's as if this is the interval between the gas disaster killing him and... It's as if it's the interval... It's as if the climax has happened and it's only a little bit more time until he's going to die. I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of Tatari Goroshi. It really does, and I love plots that remind me of Tatari Goroshi because they are fucking good. Tatari Goroshi is... I think it might actually be one of my favourite visual novel chapter ever. It's so, so good. It might not be, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. This is up there. It really is. This chapter is it's been nothing but amazing. It started a bit, well, some of the parts in the beginning were a bit off, but apart from that, everything's really good here. So, but the only reason I'm thinking this is because of the fact that God rested. It's as if the God of this world has made it so that all of the calamity is happening, and now it's the rest time. It would make sense if there was nobody here all of a sudden. I mean, what the hell is happening with Kagami and Tsukasa's house? It's as if the world has completely changed, and we have gone into a completely different reality. But if we're in a different reality where the Hasegawa family are here, instead of the Wakatsukis, I mean, is the end of the world really present? They didn't even know us. Is this a different reality where the end of the world is not going to happen, maybe? And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all of his work which God had created and made. The day he finished creating the world. Even the weekend doesn't change one bit. Of course not. God, yeah, God doesn't change the colour of the sky depending on the day of the week. Hang on a second, so is this just the beginning of the... Yeah, this is just the beginning monologue, but in complete darkness. The world God created... Yeah, that's a really unusual little method that they've used here. The world God created contains the same sights every single day. It invariably arrives back at the same scenery over and over. Like a mechanical clock. Oh, I like that, yeah. The sky is always blue, grey, scarlet. It rotates through the same sequence. A person standing in front of a clock doesn't think a new moment begins. With every tick-tock of the clock's hand. When the clock hand passes 12 o'clock, the summit, no one thinks that a new time has begun. Yeah, no, I totally see that. Yeah, an end is the beginning of another commonplace scene. The beginning of a commonplace world. And beyond that, the scenery one just saw comes into existence once more. An infinity we call repetition. Yeah, no, and I totally see how this could describe Subarashiki Hibi. An infinity of the same script. Yeah, there is nothing novel in this world. All that is in this world can be clearly described. There is nothing beyond this world. What is here? Yeah, reasonable. Yeah. And the next world we're headed to, it is all part of a world that can be described in the same terms. Oh, what are we seeing?
Ohayo.
Oh. We're seeing Ayana again. Funny that after all of this, we are still seeing her. God, everything is collapsing, and I love how unnerving everything here looks. It's amazing. Yeah, see if we can make any sense out of this. Oh yeah, that's going to be difficult, but yeah. It's such a weird sound. Everything is just... It's just so wrong and distorted from what a logical person would... I mean, I'm not saying I'm logical, but just what any logical human being would expect. But that's actually really interesting. I wonder if this has any foreshadowing on what is going to happen today. Maybe today is going to be a blessed and sanctified day. Who knows? It's genuinely really quite hard to tell. It's as if maybe Takuji is considered the saviour of the world. He is considered the person who is up above it all. So maybe this is going to be the day where he rests. But the only thing that I just find really ambiguous to think about the Takuji conspiracy is... By the way, can I just mention... No, I don't think... No. It's interesting that with the Takuji conspiracy, where have these people been? I genuinely don't understand. Could you imagine if all of the witnesses that were in school at the time of Senagawa's murder were his followers? That'd be hilarious. That really would be. Yeah, but I do see that, yeah. I do see that. People don't think a new moment begins, because technically a new moment is beginning with every second, or every minute, or every hour. It happens so many times that people wouldn't think about it and they wouldn't question it. Yeah, but no, I see that, yeah. Yeah, the end of the day is the beginning of another commonplace scene, which is tomorrow, which is just the same well, execution of the laws that govern each day, really. Sorry, I hope you get what I mean, because I suppose if you think about the world as a set of protocols or an algorithm, it's as if the algorithm ends and then it just begins again. It ends and then it begins. Yeah, no, I can totally see that though. It is repetition. It is the same script. Yeah, but it is really interesting to think that Yuki feels as if there is nothing beyond this world, and yet at the same time she is saying there is the next world we're headed to. That implies that Yuki feels as if there is another world after this. But at the same time, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same world that will probably be there in Chapter 3. It could be, for example, the afterlife, heaven, hell, I don't know, anywhere off this earth. Like Ayana was saying, I mean, any concept that we have thought of is a product of our existence that we know of. Because it's as if reality is just a product of our subconscious, I suppose, if you think about it like that. So obviously anything outside of our subconscious, anything outside of the world, it can't be in. Or at least I think. Good morning. You say good. If somebody like this says good morning to you, what do? Run? Run? Or, oh, maybe better idea, run. I would probably, nah, I'm just kidding. To be honest, I would talk to Ayana. I feel like she has a very, very interesting conversation potential. Yeah, but no. Isn't it interesting to think about the fact that this is a truth that she realises? But the only thing is, it's so interesting to think about the fact that even though there are so many odd and wrong products of this world that just make no logical sense, it's still the case that Yuki feels as if there is nothing above this world. It's as if what is happening is Yuki is the centre of this world's attention, really, and it's as if parallel realities are just being created to centre her and maybe to throw her off. To throw her off the belief that there is not something beyond this world. Right, okay, here we go. Time for events that are probably going to be really weird. Probably going to be stuff we can't understand. Or at least we're going to try and understand, and we're going to be completely failing. Because let's be honest, that is basically the nature of this world now. It is so unpredictable that even if you tried to understand it, you couldn't. So, yeah. Good morning. How is she here? Is also a good question. Ayana-san, why are you here? Yeah, interesting that she doesn't even give any answer. But the only thing is, isn't it funny? She is only here to give us information, let's be honest here. She has no life. I mean, I don't even understand what I don't even understand what somebody like Ayana does. I really don't, but I just don't really understand what the point of her being here is. What does she gain from telling us these things? I don't get it. Why are you? I had no reason to be here. Exactly, though. But the only thing is, I mean, I don't blame Yuki if it's just a move for safety. I mean, how could you feel safe in your own house if it's as if reality is just completely bending around it? Yeah, I just ran. Yeah, it's interesting that. And what I find really interesting is it either could be because of stress. This is the thing that I love about this mystery. I mean, all of the things that are being talked about, they're not fully things that you can justify. Because, sorry, things that you can fully justify as being supernatural or not. You could either think that reality is completely breaking, so as a result of that, her memories of situations are completely breaking and they're distorting. But at the same time, you could also think about the fact that, well, no, isn't it really funny? Because maybe there's a physics bug within everybody, and now the physics bug is leaving them. So as a result of that, their brains are just completely fried, and they're just declining slowly. They are just declining. But no, I mean, how does that explain that other family in Kagami and Tsukasa's house and the doll as well? I mean, that's only one piece of evidence. But also, what's really interesting is yeah, you can't deny whether it's fantasy or if it's just Yuki and her head. Really? At some point, my world started to go askew. Oh, totally, yeah. At some point, my world had started to mingle with a scene I'd never seen. Exactly, yeah.
わけがわからないから。
I don't understand it.
わけがわからない？
You don't understand?
だって綾
She
菜
sounds
さん、
surprised.
私
Ayana-san, I.
見に行くんでしょ？
Won't you go and see?
何を？
The sewer? The state of the sewer? See what?
対の空。
The end sky? What, the ride? Or... Wait, no, hang on a second. That's something different. I can't remember. There was a different way of writing the sky ride. Well, the spirit ride that we saw in chapter 1. The end sky.
対の空。
The end sky?
そう。
Yes.
何それ？意味がわからない。
Yeah, what is that? I don't know what you mean.
意味？
What I mean?
どうなってるのよ。いつからこんな風になってたの？
Yeah, God, I just find it really interesting. It's just... The more close we get to the end of the world, the more Yuki is just totally losing her composure. I don't blame her, it's terrifying. Because ironically, like Ayana's analogy, the all-knowing Ayana, I mean, it's just as if temptation, there is more light. It seems as if more light is being shone on the truth of this incident, but at the same time, the more the light shines, the more the dark also accumulates. And then, obviously, that darkness is a representation of temptation, and it's also a representation of anything that you could connote with darkness, i.e. nightmares. Yeah. The deeper we go in, this is what happens. What's going on? When did all this happen?
若月鏡っていた
Yeah,
よね。
yeah, seriously.
若月司っていたよね。
Wakatsuki Kagami really existed, right? Wakatsuki Tsukasa really existed, right?
彼女たちがいなかったとかないよね。
There's no way they didn't.
だって
Seriously, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
私には彼女たちとの記憶があって、それこそ昔からの記憶が。
But that's the thing that makes no sense about any of this, because these memories exist, they objectively exist, but it's as if these people have been rewritten from existence. So why is Takeji doing this? That's what I don't get. I mean, so he's murdered somebody in the most horrible way, and he's forced, well, his cults have, and I mean, he's done something that's worse than dismemberment. I mean, how can that even be possible? But it is, so yeah. But I kind of got distracted. Sorry, I'm just cleaning my glasses because they're pissing me off. Sorry, this is really annoying. Oh my god, are you going to fucking stop? Right, there we are. Okay, yeah, they objectively exist, so why is it now as if they don't? I mean, you do all of those horrible things and then you just write them out of existence. I mean, how inhumane do you have to be? Well, inhumane, that's an ironic word when thinking about this.
なんで鏡の死体が人形に変わってて。
Yeah, exactly.
司があんな恐ろしい姿に。
Why did Kagami's body turn into a doll? Why did Tsukasa turn into that scary thing?
いつからすり替わってたのよ。
Yeah, when did they get replaced like that?
いつからこんなことになってるのよ。
When did this all happen?
いつから。
When?
だから見に来たんでしょ？
Yeah, totally. Isn't it interesting to think that she doesn't answer any of our questions? That's why you came to see it, right?
対の空を。
Yeah, the end sky.
対の空って何？それが何かしたの？
Yeah, totally. Are we going to go to the Milky Way here, I wonder? What's the end sky? Does that have something to do with what's happening?
対の空は間宮拓司君がそう呼んだだけ。
That's really interesting. The end sky is just what Mamiya Takuji-kun called it.
それに7度ない。
That's really interesting to think about the fact that... Wait, this is actually really quite important because this might aid my understanding for episode 1. I've just got to look at exactly what the spirit ride was called It's around episode 6? Yeah, episode 6. Yo, what's up everybody? More thinking of... Kill yourself. Right. Oh, this is not the relevant episode. Kozakuro, that beautiful, beautiful ending. God. I really do wonder how this story is going to change in the end. Right, where do we look? Yeah, okay, we just look near the beginning. Oh, no, it's episode 4, it looks like. Right, here we are. Wait, so this is the date. What about the ride? Oh, so is it Sora no Owari, Sora no Shuryo? Yobaseru. Oh yeah. Does that mean it can be read? Yobaseru? What? Yomaseru shuri? Yeah, it's written the end of the sky. Yeah. Yobaseru, I've never heard of that one before. Well, it's obvious. Oh, wait, no. Yobu is to cool. But that's just an incorrect translation. Yobu is to cool somebody, I swear. And yobareru is to be cooled. Yobaseru. Yobaseru is like to be made to write like that. It's made to be called like that. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, Sora no Owari is how it's written, what it means, but it's called Tsui no Sora. What's really significant about the ride is the fact that Takuji was the one whose name had relevance to it. So I mean, the theme of the ride is we are really, really creepy people who are basically just intruding on a place that is abandoned and that has no meaning to be there. I thought that was a representation of the dream, but now that we have Takuji, we know that this is due to Takuji. Maybe this could be some sort of subtle representation of how somebody like him views life. But the only thing is, I mean, it implies creepiness. Takuji, if anything, I could see how he would be, because he's a superior being who knows more about the world than anybody else does. So you would have thought that maybe... But maybe as a result of that, he could feel isolation, he could feel a lack of ability to fit in anywhere. But at the same time, I mean, Ayana is the person who is guiding both sides of the coin to the Tsui no Sora. But, yeah. I keep on getting distracted. I mean, dude, I was literally distracted there on how cool I said Tsui. I don't know, like Tsui Tachi. I love that word, Tsui Tachi. That means the first day of a month. I don't know, Sangatsu Tsui Tachi would be like the 1st of March. In Japanese. Yeah, that's so interesting. What do you mean? Why doesn't it have a name? Oh. Just like how there's no name for the sky at the end of the week. That sky doesn't have a name either. Yeah, it's a commonplace sight. Yeah, it's interesting to think about the fact that even though the world is ending and there is something that is so easy, it's so easy to believe now. At the same time, everything's common, everything's normal, it's as if nothing is changing whatsoever. I wonder why. I really do wonder what the significance of that is. A common final sky. There is no mystery here. No mystery? Agreed. I wish it was something as nice as a mystery. This is impossible and illogical.
ねえ、私に何が起きてるの？
What's happening to me?
別に何も。
Nothing really. She says that so threateningly.
人は生まれた時から何度も体中の細胞を入れ替える。
What the fuck are you implying? From the time they're born, people replace the cells in their body several times over.
その細胞が一度も同じだったことがないように、生まれてから今の今までずっと同じ。
To be honest, that is actually a really good point, because your brain grows and your brain develops, yet at the same time you still maintain the core consciousness and personality and just types of thinking that you have. But then again, what's actually really quite interesting, contrary to what Ayana's saying, I mean, if, for example, you have brain damage, or, well, if you had brain damage, like if you had an accident from your brain injury, or here's a better one, if you got a tumour, what would happen is brain cells would grow and they would multiply uncontrollably, and I really wouldn't be surprised if that could have an effect on your personality and your memories and just anything really, or fucking Alzheimer's as well. So I suppose, I mean, that is still logically body cells changing, but the only thing is obviously those cells aren't the ones being replaced. And I suppose with tumour cells, I don't know much about them, so I could be wrong, but I would assume that tumour cells just create cells and don't replace any of them. I don't know though. So I suppose you can't really link it like that. That's a shame. That would have been quite cool to have a contrast like that. Just like your body, whose cells have been replaced time and time again, you have remained the fact. Yeah, you have remained you have remained you despite the fact that you have constantly changed since the moment of your birth.
何も変わらなく、水上由紀は水上由紀。そこに不可解も不条理もない。
That's really weird. Nothing changes. Minakami is Minakami Yuki is Minakami Yuki. There is nothing impossible or illogical about that. But the only thing is that's interesting, because this is saying if your internal state changes, you are still the same person. But this is talking about external environments, external stimuli that are changing. And yet, we're still the same person. It doesn't make sense. But the only thing is, why is it the case that other people like Kagami and Tsukasa change upon external environment? And, oh yeah, you as well. Good point, that.
4K 5425兆6984億5235万5481。
Are you okay? Wait, let's write this number out. I'm kind of curious if there's anything significant about it. Right, we're trying to find a pattern. Here we go. This is such a weird number. What is the significance behind this? Wait, let's see. I've got an idea. What if we mod all of these, see what happens? So, that'd be 9. Let's mod all of these by 45, see what happens. Wait, no, sorry, I meant div by 45. 1, 9. What's that? God, that's awful. I don't know, 450. What's 15 times 45? 225. 600 and 675. Is that it? 675. Yeah, it is 15 actually. This is not going to give anything, is it? What's this? Well, that's 240. Yeah. So I can say that's a. Wait, no. I'm so confused. Wait, 45 times 440. What? No. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Yeah, so it has to be 8. 460. Wait, no, it's 7 then. 7, and then it's 10. Don't know. I'm just trying to find anything. There's not really any pattern I can find. I was thinking there could maybe be some sort of pattern in the number, but I don't know. There's one thing I forgot. 1, 8. 5, 5, 3. No. 2, 5, 4, 8, 9, 6, 5, 2. Oh, damn. Yeah, I've got no idea. What the fuck is this? What's that? Yeah, but what does that number mean? Oh, yeah. Yeah, seriously, yeah. It is an unknown figure that nobody has heard or seen. But it's not mysterious at all. Well, just because of how distorted from the norm this visual novel is? No one has heard this number, but nobody would be shocked to hear it. Ah, yeah, I see that. Yeah, because we can objectively understand what the number is, of course. And I suppose if Ayana's saying that if nobody has given it shape, maybe implies that even if nobody gives a number a meaning, we can still understand what that number is. Is that what she's trying to say? Even if no one has given it shape, anyone can understand it. Everyone already knows it. But that's completely illogical, though, if you ask me, because if a scene has never appeared in this world, why? Well, I suppose it's kind of like a number because we know the essence of it, but we just don't know this particular situation of why it's being used. But at the same time, I would have thought it would be a bit illogical for a human being to be able to use this logic in order to make them not scared. I don't get it. It's just Ayana's view is so distorted from reality. It's a very commonplace sort of world. Seriously, yeah. How is that? How is this world commonplace? This... Yeah. That will be interesting. That really will be. Like I said, you're going to see what's beyond this commonplace world, right? The Tsui no Sora. That's what Mamiya-kun called that scene. Yeah, it's so awful to think about the fact that we are doing whatever Takuji is doing. Yeah, and we are going in his exact footsteps. Because let's be honest, we are the two people alive who are the most significant and they're the deepest in this conspiracy. then there's something you want to ask Mamiya-kun, isn't there? Cool. I love it that she's smiling. That's really weird. Yeah. Ayana-san started walking. I followed her.
旧プール
Yeah, the old pool.
綾菜さん
Ayana-san.
はい
Yes?
そこ知ってるの
Do you know about that? Yeah, of course she does.
もちろん
Of course. It's as if it's not even a problem. Is she going
さ
down?
っきに降りた
She went down for no hesitation. Funny that.
なんかあの人には躊躇というものが
Dude,
ないの
we're thinking the same thing. We are actually thinking the same thing. I think that's so funny. I hate it when this happens in visual novels. This has not been the first time. She doesn't ever seem to hesitate.
目慣れないな
Yeah. This will be really cool. I think this is a nice place to end it today. My god, that was really cool. So weird though. I just feel like if I don't end it now, I'm going to be here forever. But the only thing is I don't understand. Why are you going to be able to see the endless sky if you're not exactly where you were needing to go to the endless sky? I don't know. Whose eyes would be used to this? If your eyes were used to it, I'd be concerned. Right, yeah, that was really cool. Thank you guys for watching. Holy fuck. Yeah, I mean, this just never fails to get more and more shocking. I mean, I do find it really interesting with the analogy that Ayana just said there. I mean, it's as if it's commonplace, this, and we should expect it just simply because of the fact that it's like a number. We know the core essence of it, but at the same time, because we can see it in so many forms, there's not really... We know the core essence of a number and we can make sense of it and contextualize it. No, we can't contextualize it. We can make sense of it, but we can't do anything apart from make sense of it. Because we can make sense of it, should we not be afraid? Is that what it's trying to say? It's really, really weird. Well, of course it's weird. It's Subarashiki Hibi. But, yeah. I think this has a lot of potential. I'm really interested to see just what this does. Because this is the best thing about Subarashiki Hibi. I mean, there is no way to predict this. Not even a fortune teller could, I swear to God. It's amazing. I'm very, very interested to see how this chapter ends. Because let's be honest, I mean, it's nearly the end of the world. It's either going to be very long or very short. I don't know. I hope it's long. I really, really do. Maybe we'll get to the end tomorrow. I hope we do, man. I'm really interested in chapter 3. I've heard some... I mean, to be fair, I haven't really heard much about chapter 3, like the actual content in it. But, yeah. I've heard that it's fucking dark. So, yeah, I'm a bit scared for it. But I'm excited as well. It provokes my curiosity. See you guys.